Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. What's up, Kabir? What's up, Adam Anwar? Phoenix? Need a DLL cake? I can't see it. We don't need DLL cake. MKD really wants that, Kushala. I do. Stop Ankit hiding. Having the worst ISO issue since 2020 right now. I think the main reason is we don't get as much cow crystals for such shots from monthly event as we used to. Probably. Possibly. Also, the fact that incursions artifacts now kind of have a point, so less people use them for 4-star crystals because they want to save for 7 stars. The AW bugged, I can't enter it to play. I don't know. Is it bugged? I don't know. I don't want to find out. What's up, Tim Dude? Also, what's up, Callum Finding? Pierre Paul Williams Slinger. Guys, before I go any further, I have something embarrassing to admit to. I have brought shame to my family, my ancestry, and as soon as I realized what I have done, I was extremely upset with myself, and I don't know, it really bugged me out. It is very, very embarrassing. And I don't even know how to best explain it to you guys. And that's the best way to say. Oh. I mean, it was an accident. And I didn't know it would happen like that. So it wasn't a planned thing, obviously. But nonetheless, it did happen. And what I'm referring to is I lost a win streak in the arena. I lost my win streak. Right, so before anybody's jumping to any conclusions, let me explain this. When I was finishing up my last round, I was still super sleepy. There's that. I was super sleepy. And my maestro, right? My maestro wasn't, even leveled up, 6-star rank 1. I put him together with 2 other 6-star rank 1s, and apparently that triggered a death match. So it's going up against 7-star rank 3s and 2s, and one match was automatic loss to dupe Domino. Another one, I think it was like Bishop or something, and the last one was like Sasquatch. And my champions were like, utter shit. And I was going up against 7-star rank 2s and 3s, and I didn't even realize that I had a deathmatch until after I lost my first fight, which was like the most realistic one to win, because I just like ate a combo and basically died. And the next match was out, I lost to Domino. Domino just wrecked me basically, and from the third match, I just fucking quit out because it was like Captain America and Sasquatch or something, and I just, it was impossible. So, yeah, no, I lost my win streak at the very, very last one. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't have anything else to say. What? Lost my win streak? Embarrassing, I know. Oh. There's that. Don't feel good about it. I'm not proud of it. It happened. Yeah, apparently you can't use under level 6 stars anymore. What's up, Nikita? Imagine grinding for 6 stars November 2023. I mean, I'm also getting some units for it, like in battle chips and stuff. And I wouldn't be grinding for like, I don't know. I mean, like, it's not that big of a grind. Like, cause I grinded like a full day, and this is kind of like the second day, and I'm pretty much gonna be done. I'm gonna do like one more round tomorrow morning. I should be fine. Like, I'm not gonna grind another round late tonight. But yeah, it doesn't feel great, not gonna lie. It doesn't feel great to grind for a 6-star right now. Now BG is coming back in 3 hours from now. 2 hours and 49 minutes. That's some BGs. So I'm gonna finish this round. I'm gonna take a quick break. Maybe squeeze in a video recording. And then Balagons are gonna be here. And I'm gonna be live at the launch of Balagons, obviously. I love how you build up the story before telling us, makes everyone think the worst happened. I mean, it is quite embarrassing though, I'm not gonna lie. It is like, losing arena win streak, it has not happened to me in years. It is quite bad. Oh no, I'm lying. I lost my arena win streak like once when the auto arena first became a thing, because I just, pressed the next fight and I hadn't gotten used to that all the next fights auto load. So I won like the first match, I put my phone aside for a bit, and when I came back I had lost my win streak. But that doesn't really count, because I didn't actually get my ass kicked. This time I did. Where cyber predictions? I will be making cyber predictions video today. I will be making cyber prediction video today. There's also going to be a Domino rank 3 7-star Realm of Legends speedrun, which is going to be quite a sexy video, which White Mommy put together for me. And I also need to, oh man, oh fuck me, I need to still make so many videos. Spellborn, tried to Pantheon bits for fun, almost reached halfway with just rank 2 Shuri. Yeah, rank 2 Shuri is awesome. Shuri is awesome. What does it mean you lose streak? It means it's embarrassing, because it means that you lost 2 out of 3 arena fights. That's what it means. It's not necessarily about the points, I just used some 5 stars and, I got my multiplier back. Oh yeah, I'm working on that Bishop 7-star and 3 video. Oof, that's cool. You do make better showcase than I do, so I'm waiting for that one for sure. But yeah, it's just, one of those things. Means I lost 2 out of 3 arena fights. And arena fights are, quite literal definition of an easy fight. Like, when we want to downplay how hard the fight is, we say it's basically an arena fight. And the fact that you lose 2 arena fights out of 3, it doesn't speak well. It's just pure embarrassing. Yeah, Winter Soldier, okay. Huh? Oh, 6-star Winter Soldier relic. I'd pick the 6-star relic. What do you think the Kushala cutoff for 6-star is? Well, round 1 was 100 million. I think round 2 is probably going to be 120. Maybe not. Something like that. Losing green win streak is when you need to put down your phone and evaluate your choice. Pretty much. It's just one of those moments of sudden sobriety when you realize something has gone horribly wrong here. Losing, your win streak in 2018 or 2015 is one thing. Losing a win streak in 2023, I mean, 120 and fuck. It might not be. I'm not saying it will be. Just I expect it to be higher than the first round, because first round most of the hardcore sweaty game players were in Necropolis. That's the path. Good. Egan, Shuri, and Jugs. It's a fantastic path. Egan, Shuri, and Jugs. That's pretty much all that you need, I believe. Egan, Shuri, Jugs, and bring in Proxima and Heimdall or something like that, or Odin Proxima. I mean, you can bring in like something dedicated for Airwalker, but you don't really have to. So that's pretty much it. And for Daniel Warlock, my Alan Spence says he's trash, he was the ringer. He's not trash, but he's also definitely not a champion for me. The thing with Adam Warlock is he's a good champion, but my problem with Adam Warlock is that your fights can either go phenomenally well or they can go really shit. And he's one of those champions where AI can screw you over very quickly, very easily. You know, so it's one of those things. He can do some amazing things as well. No, he's cool champion, I like him, but since they didn't change anything in his, you know, buff durations or didn't give him more potent AI manipulation aside from the count, and at the moment with all the AI issues where AI just, you know, randomly refuse to throw a special attack, it's one of those things. If AI works with you, he can be phenomenal. If it doesn't, it can feel like very bad. 2 main champs for exploring Necropolis. Aegon and Shuri for me anyways. At least if you want to do it easy and cheaper. I think, you know, Kate can do a shit ton and Baron Zemo can do a shit ton, but so it's kind of like which one, whether you want it done faster or whether you want it done cheaper. You can better than Jax or Grandmaster. I don't think he's better because he's, first of all, he's squishier, and second of all, with Jax Unstoppable, it feels just so much safer because even if you don't evade the first part at level 1, you can still, you know, kind of salvage that bit and stuff. I'd say Jug's better. Because Jug's also, like, when you knock him down the first time at level 1, you get the Energize buff, so it's kind of quicker to get your level 3s and stuff. And, yeah, no, I'd say Jug's better. He's tankier. The Unstoppables make it easier to find your openings and provide you a failsafe for when you know, miss the level 1 evade. But yeah, Aegon and Kate overlap. You don't want to be running both of them. I mean, Wiccan is perfectly fine too. It's just that if you just have to randomly pick one of those two for whatever reason, you know, I'd pick Jugs. Adam isn't trash, he's just quite stressful to play. I agree with that take. Yeah, I saw that Nax's video. It kind of does make sense, yeah. But, you know, still. Once you get Grandmaster in the first round. Yeah, I mean, for me, Juggernaut works perfect. All of my runs but one, I entered with Juggernaut and just immediately finished that fight. One time I screwed myself over because, you know, I was sleep deprived and I just couldn't follow basic instructions like, you know, block, dash and stuff like that. And my brain farted, so I ate like fully level 1, he got level 3. But every other time, I just entered with Jugs and it was like super easy to finish that Grandmaster. Yes, you should slap your highest stat relic. Most important thing in those fights is basically how frequently you can activate that relic. Grandmaster is easy fat, you can heal full and use Aegon, bring him down 1% just by playing slow and then, yeah, pretty much. Adam is a fun champion to play, if it's not a high stakes situation, you know what I mean? Does Jax need Awakening? For some fights. For Grandmaster, no. Like, his Awakening is basically the Nullifier, right? So, unless you need Nullify in the fight, you don't need Awakening. You're what, 70-ish revive spawn and 3k units as backup? Yeah, you're gonna be safe with that, for sure, man. It shouldn't be more than 70 revives to begin with, but even if you have some units, you'll be fine. Hard for me to imagine you kind of like not getting it done with that. Especially since you're using a gun. There is bug, transfer max damage from both shocks, but okay. It also could be mastery dependent, because, you know, stuff like glass cannon and greater strength and stuff like that, and boosts potentially increase her max shock damage. Actually, Jubilee was a surprisingly easy ramp for Aegon. The trick is obviously follow the hits, whatever you're asked of. And the other trick is just bait out level 1s, because level 1, when she throws and you dex back, you don't actually trigger dex and she doesn't gain a bar power. If you push her at level 2s, she will always get a bar power back. So it's much easier to deal with her if you bait out level 1s only, because, you know, you're going to be dexing out of that, away from that special attack in a way that will not trigger, you know, her power gain. So Shuri was surprisingly easy to ramp. Like, you know, Sauron, Mr. Fantastic, all of those are harder than Shuri, in my opinion. 75 realistic without Aegon? Yeah, of course it is. Without Aegon, it's actually less revives typically. It's just much longer. Without Aegon, I'd say you're probably, you know, going to be under 50 in most cases for the path. It's just that it's going to take time. If you bring in like a solid team, you know. Energy are pretty much dead. I mean, yeah. When she enters her second rage, at that point, I typically just drop my level 3 and, you know, get in as many hits as I can. Yeah, because the entire fight, what I try to do is keep her in, like, the entire fight, slowly but surely, I get to a level 3. And you can do that if you're throwing heavy attacks, because obviously you gain less power because of that. So when she enters the second phase and I feel like I'm gonna get clapped, at that point I drop my level 3 and get in as many hits as I can and bail out of there. And then Suis for Jubilee after I build 400 combo, then I quickly realized, oh yeah, that's not a good idea. That is not a good idea. Yeah, in second enrage you can't be blocking that level 1 as well. Second enrage is bad, yeah. But first enrage is fine. This is expensive with Aegon combat with them, I guess. Yeah. With Aegon, it's, you know, good. Not much else to say. With Aegon, exactly what the doctor prescribed. Dupe, max excitement, my star, and dupes and stuff defense. I mean, like, I'd still go with the 7-star personally. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I have both, and I'm not gonna be maxing out my 6-star. I'm gonna be rank 2ing my 7-star. I mean, in general, if you bank in like 130, 150, I think that's fine on ramp up fights. You don't need to be too greedy. Obviously, if here's the thing, every path that I could, specifically for that, I chose to run Proxima, because obviously Proxima does help Aegon's damage as well. And Proxima gives you that safety net where when you get hit, you know, you're gonna have automatic combo shield. So I basically played for as much and as long as I could until I got hit, at which point I tried to have level 3 ready or get to a level 3, drop level 3, get in another 20, 25 hits from the whole, you know, combo, short combo, relic combo into a special attack type of thing. And at that point I just quit out. Because I kind of played it rather safe than sorry. And yeah, when you bring in Proxima Synergy, you basically kind of guarantee that every fight you're gonna get something. Or almost guarantee, you know? Am I gonna actually finish now? I mean, yeah, Aegon makes it much quicker and easier and less stressful. Yeah, it's not cheaper. It's cheaper with Kate and Zemo and Shuri and stuff like that. But with Aegon, it's just so much easier. Very good running Aegon Proxima Shuri. Yep. Yep, you can be fine with that. You can be good with that. No, you're gonna have to nuke through Airwalker, but that's what it is. And yeah, the loot is absolutely worth it. And hey, what's up, Dust, by the way? How are you doing? For my friends and alliance mates I've seen. 1 second. For my friends and alliance mates I've seen again, this are all fights in one Rewind can solo. Spider-Man 1999, Red Guardian, Cap Sam, Captain Viewer. Okay. Yep. That sounds about right. Yeah, you would need to do some revive farming. That sounds about accurate. You recommend ranking Shuri or Aegon to rank 5 for Necropolis? Question, exploration or completion? Captain Judah. We're talking about exploration or completion? Only people drink coffee with water. I'm shocked. Milk coffee supremacy. You're an elitist snob, you know that. You do realize that even in the fancier coffee machines, you do put some water in it. Exploration, it seems. For exploration, I drank 5 Aegon. Yeah. For completion, I don't think it's worth to rank 5 Aegon. For exploration, I think it's absolutely worth to rank 5 Aegon. Have you tested Chels? No, I don't have Chels because I don't have cash to use on early access bundles, so I don't have Chels and I can't test her. You can always sponsor an early access bundle for me, but you know, at the moment I just can't spend $100 on a 6-star champion basically. I coffee with water, but after it just yeah, I mean she does seem fairly solid from what I have seen, but I don't know how much to go by. Exactly. With 50 I definitely think about it. With 50, you know. Yeah. And yeah, especially cyber sales, and you know, I don't have much money to spend on Cyber Weekend anyways, so. And if I need to kind of like I don't like at most I'll probably spend like 200 or 300 on Cyber Weekend, and even then I'm not gonna feel great about it because you know I'm trying to save for a car and there's plenty of other things that I still need. I still don't have a fucking TV in my house, but you know it's fine. Don't really need it anyway. It's just annoying because there's like a big pisses me off. Anyways. I don't like Shield. She's a little bit slow and annoying playstyle. Fair enough. I think she can actually be somewhat annoying dependent on volumes. I don't know. We'll see. Also, I'm not impressed with Shield. Yeah, I wanted to say it's like maybe at most if I'm doing slightly better in December and I don't have time to grind for like Onslaught, I'd get that early access bundle. But yeah, it's not like I'm desperate to have Shield to begin with at the moment, and I just, you know, don't have the money to spend for it. Disney is remaking Fantastic Four: The Silver Surfer, and guess what? Now it's being played by one of the next Galactic is going to be Sandwich and Blood. We talked about this yesterday, Gaming Fan, and this is like the definite, you know, this is the picture perfect of that Kathleen Kennedy's like put a chick in it and make it gay and lame thing. It's like everybody was roasting the shit out.
Shut up and take my money.
Silver Surfer.
Gaming Fan
And like
2017.
put the chicken in, make it gay and lame, and you know.
Disney's remaking Fantastic Four with Silver Surfer, and guess what? Now he is being played by a woman. What next? Galactus is gonna be a loose-haired Starbucks employee.
But yeah, no. Who made that joke? Somebody commented on it. I think it was like the video that popped up. I think it was from the quartering or what. Like, I don't watch his videos much because, you know, don't find him that funny, but he had like the best joke about that shit where they need to get Lizzo to play Galactus. That'd be fucking perfect. Rumor is going to be no Herald. No, it's gonna be Silver Surfer. People said that they should have went with Nova, but they specifically apparently have said that it's Silver Surfer. Just the lady. Top Q. I mean, like, it could be that, but you know, it still wouldn't be far from put a chicken in it and make it gay. Because, like, realistically, you're doing a Fantastic Four movie like the first one without Silver Surfer doesn't make sense. Like, you know, Silver Surfer is kind of like much bigger character. But yeah, nah, I know what you mean. But Nova has been mentioned by people always as something that they probably should have done, but they didn't. Because I said, if they really wanted to have, like, you know, a Lady Herald, it should have been Nova character, because that would be comic accurate. But that is not what they did. They just said it's gonna be Silver Schmurfette. Which part? I don't know about Strife Run, man. Like, nobody has properly, like, you know, explained that to me. For like a full-on Strife Run, I really don't know what you mean. I haven't spoken with anybody who did like it with Strife. I done Path 1 Strife. Oh, you did. There you go, Team 2. How did it go with Strife and... Yeah, how did it go? I'm all ears here. How many rewinds do you think are good enough for Necro Titania path with rank 4 A gun? As I say with average players, if you have rank 4 A gun, 100 rewinds, you're fine. That should be safe and fine. You're probably gonna have some left over, but as a rule of thumb, for rank 4 A gun completion runs with people who say that, I'm just saying, you know, you got the 7-star vision, but for 20k there should have been no awakening too. Oh, so you're one of the... We were laughing about this yesterday because I would genuinely love to see a list of how many 7-star visions they sold. You know, I'd love to know how many people actually got that offer. Because, you know, fuck me. I genuinely want to know how many people do that. I spend on 40 with just... I mean, yeah, there will be people who are doing like 40, 50. It depends how well you are, but again, as a rule of thumb, to be on the safe side and saying if you have 100 revives, you'll be just fine. Even if you kind of screw up, get flustered, something goes wrong. If you want to be like super safe. Most people will spend, you know, 60, 70, I think, 50, but if you have 100, you should be fine. Or, you know, less than that in some units. You see, it's like 66, something like that. So my so I just kind of like that one. Biggest fear is Nova and Dragonman. Who are you using for Nova and Dragonman? Full main rank 3 Mystic Gem, don't have Chels, but I have Kindred and Sassy, both unduped. I just go with Sassy then. Yeah, I just pick Sassy. Like, good luck to them. I was thinking maybe I should have ranked 3 my Sassy anyways, even though he's like unawake and stuff like that. But yeah, if you don't have Chavez, like if I didn't have Chavez and a Mystic Gem, I'd automatically go Sassy. Because Sassy is underrated offensively as well. And obviously he's just fat. Yeah, Noah is not a hard fight. There's nothing too crazy about Noah. And Dragonman isn't hard either, like with Shuri. And remember that note, you can pretty much use anybody against Dragonman if you max out. If you switch off the power again. On revise rank 5 again, I heard 26, 29 from Cam. Yeah, that's with the rank 5, that makes sense. That does indeed make sense. Do you have rank 2 Shuri? If you have rank 2 Shuri, then Dragon Man is a soloable. Like, I soloed Dragon Man with rank 2 Shuri. So it's definitely super easy. Because, you know, with Shuri, you know, you basically don't crit unless you want to. So you don't need to worry about him being stun immune. You know, his throws is level 1, you get willpower healing, so you can just block out. It's super easy to fight the Shuri. Strife. Oh right, Timothy. Which fights do you use Strife for? On path 1. That's, you know, the easy path. Which fights did you do with Strife and how did it cost again? And which fights did you do? Rank up, Vox, Gore, both and do. I'd go with I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I kind of like Gore more, but it's because I don't have a 6-star Vox. I haven't really played much with him. Waiting on deals to finish the path will make my sense. That's like, yeah, fair enough. Little things to notice he was getting against Furies in the middle of. Yeah, that's, you know, what I kind of discovered later on for myself as well, and that made the entire thing so much easier. So the way you do that is you just keep spamming light attacks, because once Aegon is ramped up, you know, you're unstoppable, and the unstoppable lasts a bit after your last hit. And you're also having the combo shield and all that other stuff. So what you do with Aegon is basically this. You just spam your light hits at that point, and that's it. Because you do a full combo, and you don't dash back or forward or bait, you know, anything. You just finish a combo, and then immediately start like a 4-hit light combo. And, you know, they're gonna hit you once, but because you're unstoppable, you're also gonna hit them. You're gonna trigger the 6 Furies, and you're gonna keep hitting them, and you're gonna be doing a shit ton of damage. And it is slightly more expensive to do it that way, but it's so much faster, cooler, more fun, and easier. It's like a foolproof way how to do a base. And so you basically just keep spamming light attacks. Like you see here, I'm doing lights, and now I'm gonna go for another combo. He parries, and now he hits me, right? So if this was Aegon, if I would be unstoppable, when he parried me, or when he blocked me, I would be unblockable, and I'd just hit him again. And when he hit me, I'd be unblockable, he would hit me once, I'd get my Furies, and I'd keep my combo going. You know what I mean? So the only thing at that point you need to worry about is, you know, them, you know, making sure that they are under bar power ideally, so they don't activate special attack. So that, you know, that's right, you just carry on spamming the light hits. I actually wanted to make a video about it, but I kind of forgot, because it is such an easy, brutal way. Like, any idiot can do Necropolis with Aegon like that. You literally just spam your light attacks, and then, you know, bait out a special attack. Like, ideally push them low too. And yeah, you're gonna have to use a few more revives, a few more potions and stuff like that, but it's just so easy. What's up, Manny? How are you doing? It has been a while indeed. Be thankful, yeah, cool. Yeah, be thankful. Roll Winter Soldier has a hard life. Get him to 66 revives. Did most fights with him except Airwalker. Cap Falcon. Guardian. Weekend. Okay, let me write this in quickly. So that was in path 1. Most revives were spent on Titania, Arc, like Sentinel, Black Man Walker. Okay. Oh. 5. Drive. Make Sentinel is an option as well. Yeah. 5. Airwalker you didn't do. Captain Britain you used Drive for. Okay. We can you use something else for? Psycho Man. I'm not gonna put Strife in here. Okay, fine. So. Strife. No, wait, that's weekend. Strife. For Guardian, you did not use Strife. Here you did. Strife. Red Guardian. Strife. Sam Wilson, you didn't use. Dragon Man, you used Strife. Captain America Infinity War, Strife. And Norway Strife as well, right? Yeah. Yep, okay. Okay, sorry. Oh, you guys didn't see that. I just feel, you know, added stuff to it. Quite Scorpion, wait for Cyber Weekend deals. Wait for Cyber Weekend deals. Having hard time getting over 50? Over 50 what? Long Sentinel was a pain, version null was awesome to get done. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Valiant Crystals are wild. Valiant Crystals are indeed, as kids these days would say, wow. You don't want to see... Huh? What? BG stream tonight, yes? I don't think I'm gonna be streaming BGs tonight. I don't know, I'm not in the mood. Kind of over BGs a bit. Ramping egg on Titania? Oh, I don't know, on Titania it wasn't that hard to ramp. You just kind of, like, the trick against ramping on Titania was... you could get over 100 for sure. The trick there was obviously quit out on the second timer potentially, or shortly after the second timer, and also you just needed to get her in the corner. So after you survive the initial, you know, haymaker, ideally you hope she doesn't activate her haymaker at all. But the entire trick about doing Titania was get her in the corner and basically kind of prevent her from activating haymaker. Seeing games in July 1st have been kind of way, so clueless. Well, Necropolis is a thing, so we get new version of Abyss. That's like a major stuff. AQ now is 4 days, and you can choose which days you do AQ. That's new. Deathless pieces are a thing, so you can get nameless champions. 7-star rank 3s now are a thing. But, you know, at the moment, only way to get them is Necropolis. And you can get 2 there. New title. Valiant title, so Paragon is not the highest title in the game. 8.4 beta just came out, so 8.1 is coming in some point soon. Those are the main things, I'd say. Someone was major pain to me. They bought a counter like Cosmic Champions. Okay, so I'm going to remove that from Psycho Man. Yeah, I think what you needed to do is get in something like Adam Warlock or something for Omega Sentinel and Psycho Man. Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't have Shuri there. Psycho Man is easy with Shuri for sure. But, you know, it's just... we need other options because that's like one of the most common questions I get asked about these guides from people. Stuff like that. It's like, what about if I don't have this champion stuff? Dr. Peter Parker. Yeah, you can disable or enable it if you want. If you don't like it, you don't have to have it. But that is a thing now, yes. Weekend. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna add Weekend to make Sentinel. I'm gonna need to add that to path 2 as well later. Be the first YouTuber not to buy the offers. It's easier said than done, Rob. First of all, I'm not gonna be the first YouTuber not to buy the offers. No, Brian Grant ain't buying offers. Rich Demand ain't buying offers and stuff like that. But with these offers, like, the question is like, okay, you don't want me to get them, but at the same time, if I don't get them, it becomes significantly harder to fight for like top spots and things like that. And that is something my channel is, built on. My channel isn't built on being, the most dedicated free-to-play player or something like that. And without spending, you just, really can't compete for like the top spots and stuff like that. That's the reality. So that's kind of like a shitty thing to ask for and a shitty thing to say. Be the first YouTuber not to buy them. And yeah, and then you don't get anything on Cyber Weekend, and then you fuck yourself over, and then it's kind of like July 4th. If you like those offers in July 4th had more endgame progression than I had skill order. Oh, shut up. Again, you're just being an idiot. Like, July offers had more endgame progression in them than everything else I had done in the game or purchased in the game combined. Like, you don't get them, you immediately set yourselves back. So it is a really also like a shitty thing to ask, so I was saying. Especially when they're that impactful. I mean, like, you want to watch free-to-play players? I'm sure they have channels too, but, I've never been one. I have never advertised myself as one. Not like a whale or anything, but I still do the best I can to stay as competitive as I can, because I am a competitive person. If I couldn't be competitive in this game, I wouldn't want to play it. So when you're saying like, don't get those offers, it pretty much, like, in my mind, telling me it's like, you should fucking quit the game. Because, I would, like, if I wouldn't be able to play it at a competitive level. Like, if I thought I can play this game at a competitive level without spending money, I'd much prefer that. You can't, you need to be realistic. You really can't. Maybe 6 years ago you could, but now you definitely can't. I mean, yeah, of course you can enjoy the game. We are different, that's the thing, different people enjoy different things. And for me, it's important to be as competitive as I can be. So yeah, something like that. It's just that. Duke No 7's a null. That's an awesome thing though. Except that you still only get like 1. Yeah, I mean, like, it's an awesome thing, but you need 6 tons for now. Well, surely I'm thinking I want to run Kate Path instead of Aegon for my next path. I think the team will be Kate, Chavez, Heimdall, Weekend. I'm not sure who. I wouldn't bring in Heimdall with those champions. I don't think Heimdall serves any purpose there at all whatsoever. And which path do you want to do? That is the next important thing, Scott. I think you're talking about updated Valiant rewards. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, like, I will. Talk about Valiant perks. But yeah, Scott, here the most crucial thing is which path do you want to do? And what champions you have? And which path did you do already? Think of Mr. Fantastic to Guardian? Okay, Mr. Fantastic to Guardian. Mr. Fantastic, Kate. You can Kate Namor as well if you want. They need a counter for a Tuma. And for a Tuma, you probably want something like Namor. Do you have Namor? Even like a relatively small Namor, you'd probably do half decent.
Scott Blocko 7 $19.99. I don't have a Shuri and I'm thinking I want to run a Kate path instead of Aegon for my next path. Think my team will be Kate, Chavez, Heimdall, Wiccan and...
Okay, heads up, Messiah. How you doing?
Thoughts?
I mean, Kate does fine most of the Guardian. Apparently, Kate can even do Guardian, but Kate's fine against Valkyrie and Red Guardian for sure. Kate can also do Cap Sam because of Crush. She can definitely do Dragon Man and that. Yeah, Kate can do almost everything there, so it's fine. You just need to figure out what you can do with Atuma. That's kind of like the main thing. Kate kind of... No, Aegon's not going to help you again. You need to have... First of all, Kate and Aegon on the same team is a mistake. Because they basically do the same parts. Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah, because they're basically the same. So I'll leave it there. And Kate also has the Crush debuff. When you activate your heavy attack for 2 seconds, you know, they have the thingy. That you're unblockables. But, so yeah, basically, Kate will do fine for those auto blocks and stuff. So, the main thing for you is to have a counter for Atuma. So, I would bring in a specific champion for that, because Heimdall's kind of pointless there, he's not going to do too much for you. And you'd still have like a spot left over. Because Chavez would cover the Airwalker fight and whatnot. So, you know, I'd bring it. Do you have Namor? Like a 6-star rank 3 Namor or something? That could work. Strife can work for that Atuma, I think. A full combo, then heavy on Charles, or just one hit and heavy. It depends on the situation. You know, you can do either. There's not like major difference. It kind of depends who you go up against, and yeah. Like if you need more power control quicker, do parry heavy or like medium heavy. If you're just trying to be as fast as you can, do a full combo into heavy and stuff like that. I don't think Neymar's good. Well, what are other good options besides Shuri then for Atuma? I think Neymar can do it somewhat decent. Because yeah, okay, he will go unstoppable, but you can get rid of that with a parry, can't you? And you can be as aggressive as you can because he's gonna reflect that corner damage back too. BG's claiming it wouldn't be that big of a gap. That's it. Again, here's the thing, you can play the game however you want. Don't try to make me play the game the way you want. Okay? Just like I'm not telling you go spend your money, grind this many hours. You do what you want, and how you can, and you know, so will I. Drop the subject. You're only gonna piss me off because it is a really, 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 really stupid thing to ask somebody. So just let it go before you. DLL did that to fight the rank 5 Neymar 2 reruns. There you go. Spend your money, get you one membership? Yeah, well, I mean, if you would, please. There you go. But yeah, if you do want to support the channel, and by the way, by doing so, you can also win $100. They're gonna be win $100 times 4 by supporting the channel. Here's the link. And if you do become an Evizone member, you have a very, very good chance of winning $100 for Cyber Weekend. I know why I suppressed all your opinion, because like because you keep at it. I'm not like that pressed. It's like you could have asked, I told you what about it, and that would have been fine. You keep going on about it, and you know, the more I need to talk about it, the more annoying you are. Hey, what's up, Bullfighter? How are you doing? The best counters for Mega Sentinel. Aegon, Adam Warlock is amazing. Wiccan can be great. Actually, no, is Tiger good for that fight? I don't know. No, Wiccan can do that fight apparently. Quite sure Wong. Can Wong do that fight? Hercules can do that fight because he has the true focus thing. Who else do you guys use? Kate is great for the fight. Oh, is Kate great for Sentinel too? That's awesome. Right then, right now. Awesome. Can anyone Gamora? I think Gamora can probably do that fight. I just don't know too many people using Gamora. Yeah, Mysterium 1 actually has more whales than C5, I think. It's just C5 are the hardcore sweaty grinders, you know? Like, nobody's triggered here. Again, chat didn't like what you said because of the way you present yourself, not because of what you said. Because now you say, oh, the chat got triggered, and somebody is gonna, whoever replied to you is like, who the fuck are you saying got triggered, and they're gonna get aggressive to you. You know, stop inciting like situations or confrontations, and you know, if you do it, at least own up to it. You can't use like, oh, you got triggered, and it's like, why are you upset with me? It's like, because that's why. Because you know, you're specifically using word choices to annoy people and to get them pissed off at you. Kind of like saying somebody is like, relax, bitch. And you know, you call somebody a bitch, I'm sure they're not gonna relax. Like, you need to think along as well, like the way you present yourself, you know, the words you choose. Not only just about what you say, what you think. Especially on the internet, when, you know, you can't see what other person is thinking or know their intonations and stuff like that. A lot of verbal cues, you know, are completely skipped in writing communication. Like, I mean, they do need to buff this course, yeah, for sure. So that's why. And most importantly, remember, what was that saying? If you meet an asshole in the morning, you got unlucky and you met an asshole. If you keep meeting assholes all day, oh, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's you. Kind of the thing here as well. If you say something, and then, you know, literally everybody is against you, and like nobody's speaking on your behalf. I'm not saying it's gonna be always like that, but maybe it's on you. Obviously, there are exceptions, there are genuine misunderstandings, but as a solid rule of thumb, it works. And hey, there's nothing wrong with being an asshole from time to time, as long as you're aware. Been practicing for Necro, got Mr. Fantastic down 48 with my unboosted Kate. Nice, good job, man. Again, when you say free play needs more rewards, you know, that's perfectly fine. Again, I literally just talked about this. It's not necessarily always what you say. It's often in intangibles. It's how you put yourself across, you know, what kind of attitude you exude. It's about how people hear or read what you say. A free play needs more rewards. Like, sure, yeah, that's like extremely uncontroversial statement. Except that's not what you said. You can go up and see what you said. And that is not it. Had you said that, nobody would have much of an issue with it. You said something else, didn't you? And now you're just trying to play it off when you get called out of it. It's like again, one of those dickhead moves like, oh, it was just a joke, bro. It's like, why are you taking it so serious or some shit like that. And that's, again, what assholes do when they get called out on being assholes. Ah, I didn't do anything. Who, me? Oh. Like, I was being perfectly fine and reasonable. I don't know why everybody else is mean at you. Like, mean at me. Think about it. Can Strife work against Necropolis at Tuma? Yes. I think so. I believe so. He's written in here. I have been told that he does. I haven't tested myself, but I believe that he does, yes. I am breathing, like, I'm not the one that's, you know, wound up. Like, to me, these type of interactions are perfectly normal and natural. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about, the way you put yourself across. When you say something like that, you just put people against yourself. Like, you know, when you say, okay, breed around something, it's like you're a little piece of shit. It's like you're genuinely being a dickhead because you did something wrong, you got called out on it, you know you're wrong, you kind of want to admit that you were wrong, but you just want to get in some sort of a random jab at somebody. And again, I have no issue being an asshole. Except that I can, you know, sometimes switch it on, sometimes switch it off, and I have the ability to reflect on it and realize it, and, you know, I get it. Yeah. But this is exactly, it's like, why the fuck did you feel the need to say that? Like, you're being just a dick. And then, like, why people don't like me? Because you're being a dick all the time. Like, I can be a dick too, but I'm not a dick all the time. I'm gonna be genuinely wholesome guy, I can be helpful guy. You know, sometimes I'm gonna be like, you know, funny, and sometimes I'm gonna end up being a dick. Not necessarily saying I'm proud of it, but, you know, I'm aware of it. But when you're that much of a dick, that much of a time, you know, people just not going to like you. Like, right now, I can promise you nobody in chat likes you as a human being. And the more you keep talking, the way you are talking, the less they like you. Because of the way you talk. Like, there is literally no needs. Okay, breathe, Grump. It's like, I'm fucking breathing. I'm not wound up. Again, I deal with this shit and people like you every day. Like, I'm gonna finish the stream and it's, you know, this interaction isn't gonna mean anything to me. I'm gonna have another 5 by the end of the month. And, yeah, so, you know, I'm fine with it. But again, it's like, oh, only, you know, asshole can recognize. It's like, why? What purpose did that serve? You literally just admitted your own fault. You're sort of like, okay, fine, waving the white flag, and then you just need to go like, but you're a dick too, something like that. I was like, yeah, okay, fine, you know, I'm a dick. Especially these days, like, if you have an opinion of anything, you always get labeled something or called something. It's like, I'm long over it. Call me a dickhead, ist, or a phobe. You know, I don't give a shit. No hair off my back or whatever that saying is. It's like, Yeah, you know. Just, you know, hopefully. Not saying that, you know, I expect you to now sit in a corner and reflect on yourself, but you know, hopefully one day you'll get it. Like, nobody here wants to be mean at you or be nasty to you. That, you know, you're getting back exactly what you're putting out there. And in the mood, mofo. Alright. You got some BG questions? Ask the BG questions. Oh yeah, Titania was absolutely nuts in previous season. Titania should be quite crazy this season too, I think. I'm quite sure. Kind of like you know, probably not right now, but overall like yeah. Nah, he was just being, you know, he was being an opposite of you. He was being, you know, very nice. He's trying to cheer you up. He probably doesn't like you much. Voodoo. Why? Okay, explain that. Need to make something that need a person. Oh, that'd be awesome. Okay, why voodoo? Explain yourself. Why do you think voodoo is gonna be good? And hey, what's up, Scotty Lang? It has been a while. Welcome to the stream. Thinking of rank 2 Iron Man Infinity War? Do it and then tell me how he does. I actually really like Iron Man Infinity War. Again, that time I was so bummed that his like tune-up wasn't better. Iron Man Infinity War legitimately just needs one thing, and that is access to more special attacks or some other access to shocks or incinerates. You know what I mean? Just so he's a bit faster. Some sort of energized buff or some sort of power gain where you know, something. Just so he can use more special attacks. Or, if not that, then some sort of quicker access to incinerate or shock. Basically, he just needs a little bit more speed and he'd be an amazing champion. Yeah, Iron Man would be really good next BG. His armors can't be nullified, but you know, his dexterity can. His regen buff, if you can get it, yeah. Iron Man could use an energized buff, yeah, for sure. We could see them older champs work well in meta. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Who do you think is the best champion released this year? The best champion released this year, I think it goes in between like Photon, Kate, and Abs, and Fam. I think that's a solid top 4. I think you can kind of argue each one of those. Photon, Ant, you know, Future Ant-Man, Absorb Man, or Kate. I think those are the 4 best. And the worst one, I think we talked about this not long ago, but one second. The worst one, I generally think it's Danny Moonstar. Danny is fucking useless. Every other champion at least has something. Danny's just shit, unplayable. Unless you're playing against like a Drax or a Winter Soldier. Danny Moonstar is just garbage. Yeah. I mean, I know she's getting a tune-up, so I might change my answer after the tune-up. But at the moment, then it's not, she's too close. Complex or normal is. No, it's not too complex. Like, you know, I've played more with Danny Moonstar than with most other champions this year. Just because recording a guide and the showcase video for Danny Moonstar was an absolute nightmare. Because even the fights where she should theoretically be good for, she's kind of shit to play against. Like, you know, bypass Hercules Immortality. Yeah, except if Hercules throws level 1, he bypasses miss, and then you get fucked. So you need to push Hercules to level 2, so that typically means you end up taking some block damage, which is really, really bad. And also because of needing to push him to level 2, is a tiny bit slower than you ideally would be, which makes it almost impossible to do a solid level 1, level 2 rotation with any monster. So, you know, it's a matchup she should be good for, which is kind of shit. Then, recording a perfect Nick fight, it's like a very similar thing, where if Nick activates level 1, he'll basically be bypassing miss, which fucks you over, so you need to be careful of that. Then, obviously, you need to make sure that you kill him whilst you have neural arrows active, because if you drop a big level 2 on Nick, and it's not like a perfectly measured kind of like timing and healthful thing, you're not gonna have a neural arrow active when Nick dies, and he's still gonna get his second life, and like that fight can go 50-50, and so on and so forth. And like, you know, she's a mutant champion, she should be kind of good against Korg, and she can do that Korg fight, but in between balancing the rock stacks and everything else, it's just fucking annoying, and it's too slow, and you can't get a good damage in because it's never fast enough to do the level 1, level 2 rotation. Like, she's fucking useless. Again, unless you're fighting like a Winter Soldier or a Drax or some crap like that, as soon as there's a little bit of complexity in the fight, she's unplayable. Even if you know the rotation perfect, even if you're like confident playing her. I swear, I tried to record like a good-looking Korg solo, like in duels, like 40 times. And even then, I just gave up in the end. And yep. So she doesn't just need like value. Like if she gets a value update, she needs like double the length of everything. Like twice as long slow, twice as long whatever that, you know, extra energy damage thing is, twice as long neural arrows, pretty much. Like they are way off in the values, because you just about squeeze in a good rotation with her in the simplest of the fights, and as soon as it's just impossible. And again, she also has that thing where if you need to keep that slow active, you can't do damage, not decent one anyways, because most of her damage is on level 2 after the proper level 1. But if you need to keep up the slow, that she has a passive slow, which is really cool, but if you need to keep that up, you're just not gonna make it to the level 2 in like almost all the instances. So you kind of have to kiss goodbye pretty much all the damage. So either they need like a massive value update on Dani, and again I'm talking like double the durations of virtually everything, or they need like a proper, you know, rework of her kit. Like the neural arrows would be cool if you could inflict them on your basic hits or something like that, you know what I mean? That would help her a lot. She looks cool. She looks very cool. And she was another one of those champions where like she looked very good in CCP videos. And when she came out, like she was a fresh new champion. I got her. She was high prestige. I was like, the videos are looking cool. Like I've seen her in some Battlegrounds decks. I'm gonna take mine to rank 5. That was the only champion that kind of helps me for prestige. And I absolutely fucking regret that I took her rank. She's useless. I have a rank 5 Dani monster, and I have tried to make her work in like 4 or 5 different metas. She's just useless. And she also has pretty much the worst stats of all the champions that we checked in the matchup sheet. She's at the very bottom of the matchup sheet. That means that most of the important fights that you do go up against in like Alliance Wars and in Battlegrounds, she just can't do. Let alone how complex or how tricky the fights would be, stuff like that. Just can't do those fights. In Necropolis yesterday, got 2-3 Science Gems, so I chose Science Crystal and pulled new Titania and Dupe Titania. Nice, congratulations, dude. That's so sweet. Yeah, Dani Moonstar is great for arena and killing Winter Soldier. Dani is a waste of rank material. Yeah, Dani is an absolute waste of rank materials. Don't ask anyone from anything but anyone but you and Rich, because you guys. Thank you, Timothy. Appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, like, she's just garbage. Oh yeah, Dani looks way better than she, for sure. Shield as a champion also kind of annoys me. I mean, I think she's gonna be decent or solid, but with Shield, you know for a fact that she did not get designed because Kabam thought that majority of the player base would receive this champion the best. I'll put it like that. They were not making that champion for us or for player base at large. You know, that is not the design that, you know, that's gonna get most of the player base behind that champion. But, you know, as long as the abilities are good, like, I have no issue, you know. Axie Lang, for instance, is absolutely insufferable in MCU. He's, like, really hateable. Like, fucking god-awful. Like, you just wanted to bitch slap that kid and send it to, like, a Catholic school or something. You know, sit in a corner on, like, some peas and get a paddling. But, you know, I like her in game because she's an awesome champion. But I mean, it sucks. Have you seen the models though? I have not seen the models. I just, at this point, I don't give a shit about MCU. When they start making good movies again, I might. But I'm not watching anything Disney pretty much for a while now. Haven't seen Marvels, don't care to watch it. Haven't seen Ahsoka, don't care to watch it. Didn't watch Indiana Jones. Stuff like that. I used to get angry about that stuff. You know, at the time of Thor, Love and Thunder and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and stuff like that. At that point, I still had a lot of emotion in me. And I was angry when they fucked up my favorite characters. Now I just don't care about them. Just, you know, if they go back to making good movies. Like now, again, we're going to have Fantastic Four and the She-Surfer or whatever it's going to be. It's like, I don't care. Not watching it, you know, not spending money. I just don't care anymore. I'm not even like mad. It's funny at this point because they keep doing that shit and losing money, and they keep doing that shit and losing money, and you know, just don't care about it. If they're gonna make those movies good, and here's the thing. Oh, thank you, Scott, by the way.
Blocko 7 $4.99.
Thank you, Scott.
7 R2 Awakened Venom with 6 R2 Venom Relic do any work in Necro?
7 star Awakened Venom with 6 starting 2 Venom. I think so. I have. I mean, again, if you have like Aegon and Kate, I don't think you need him. I would, however, if you're doing like a Kate run or something, I might want to try him out for Psycho Man for sure. I mean, it'd be interesting to see. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Doctor, but I think, yeah, I think you could do some work with that. 6 star rank 2 Awakened Venom with a good relic. I think some of the fights he definitely could destroy. And but yeah, at the moment I just, you know, I'm past it. Like, I'm watching Invincible. I'm watching some more anime, but I'm not following anything pop culture Disney related. I haven't watched Loki. I'm not watching so. Again, I have heard some good things about Loki, but I wasn't like a huge fan of the first season anyways. Like, it was alright, but it was better than. We talked about this like yesterday. Loki is the best live-action Disney Marvel show. I think we agreed to that. Because overall, I enjoyed What If more, probably. I mean, it felt more interesting watching What If series than it did Loki one. So I'd say What If is probably the best Disney Marvel show. I think Loki is the best live-action Disney Marvel show. And obviously, none of that stuff hold a candle to Daredevil season 1 and 3 or Jessica Jones season 1. And, you know, now at this one, I just, you know, Star Wars, I was like super excited for Obi-Wan series, and, you know, Mandalorian went to shit. I liked season 1, but starting season 2 and 3 especially, it went to shit. And I even watched the Boba Fett series, which seemed fucking ridiculous in hindsight with those colored scooters. It was like, god fucking awful show. And yeah, now I'm not even angry really. I just don't care about it. Again, I'm gonna watch my Invincible. If they're gonna make something, you know, like Arcane, I'll gladly watch that. I watch a bit more anime, but I'm not going to movies. I'm not gonna spend money and on that stuff. Just kind of what. Morning. Hey, what's up, man? Venom the Dark or Venom worth the rank to Venom possibly, Venom the Dark definitely now. Oh yeah, Boys I have seen. Boys I have watched everything. I like Boys. Invincible's cool, Boys fun. Devil Season 2, I like the Punisher bits, I didn't like the rest of it. Yeah, I'd probably go Photon there. Comment about how pre-fights help certain class like Odin for Cosmic Ape. Someone suggested, what if skill class get a pre-fight that converts all bleeds? Oh, that'd be cool. Have you seen Marshall yet? Yeah, I have seen Marshall. Moon Knight, I liked how Moon Knight started, I didn't like how it ended, man. Because Moon Knight, again, half of the Moon Knight was his wife's show, really. Like, you know, because his wife ended up saving him God knows how many times, and, you know, she obviously got her own superpowers and whatnot, and the beginning was cool, but when all that crap started and then there was like a fucking kaiju battle and all of the other gods just seemed like complete morons. Yeah, nah, I wasn't enjoying it by then. I mean, like, I finished watching it, but again, it started very, very cool. I liked it, and the deeper it got, the less I liked about it. And the same thing with WandaVision. I really loved the beginning of WandaVision, but by the end of WandaVision, I was like, for fuck's sake. They'll never know what you sacrificed for them. It's like, fuck me. What's up, Mansur? Chels so good, but Iron Fist is a straight up ass. Iron Fist Season 1 was complete. Iron Fist Season 2 was somewhat better. It wasn't great, but it was starting to get somewhat better, I'd say. Defenders was shit as well. Luke Cage, Luke Cage was, I kind of started to like it. I think Luke Cage's biggest problem was like villains. I think both of the villains were crap in Season 1 and Season 2. But, you know, I like bits of them. It wasn't like awful. Jessica Jones as well. I liked Season 1, latter seasons not so much. And what else was there? Yeah, Jessica Jones, once, you know, her best friend became the villain, yeah, it just went to shit as well, in my opinion. With her mom and whatnot, didn't like it. And Season 1 was very, very good, though. Season 1, to me, stands right next to Daredevil Season 1. It was very good. The villain was just that good. It felt like different, you know, in that series. I really liked it. Oh, and Punisher series. Punisher, again, I really like Punisher character. I didn't like his own series that much. I like, you know, bits and bobs of it, but again, I didn't really like the villains in Punisher series much and stuff like that. You know, yeah. I like Punisher as a character, and it's still a fine series, but I know what's the best. I wish I liked it more, but I didn't. Yeah, exactly. Punisher had an ass story, but the character was amazing. Exactly that. I mean, Oscar Isaac did fine for Moon Knight, but again, like, I like the character of Moon Knight. I like the way Oscar Isaac played it, more or less. I think it was, you know, a very solid job. I just, you know, think the story went to complete shit. And that's like a really big moral problem at large, is like, every movie, like, besides the whole intersectional politics and wokeness and all that crap, the stories are so shit as well. You know? I mean, they're just bad. They're not like interesting, intriguing. They seem like extremely predictable and lame at this point. 'Cause you can't have like this whole like diverse and, you know, shows with message and still be awesome. Like I mentioned in, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, like Arcanum, you know, it's clearly extremely modern series in everything, in the characters, in presentation, the diversity, the themes of the show. It was still awesome because it was also good, you know. And I loved I loved her sister. I loved the rest of the characters in there. And, you know, nobody can say that that show wasn't, like, modern or diverse enough. But you can do both if you really want to. That's what I'm trying to get to. And whilst I personally, you know, don't find it necessarily as an enhancing thing, like, I couldn't give less of a shit whether the show is diverse or not. I care whether it's good and whether I like it. But, you know, it's not like if they do that, you know, I have an issue with it, for instance. The same thing with, like, House of Dragon, you know, things that are race swapped and stuff like that. But in that case, it kind of even made it better because it made sense. And it's, like, explainable and zero issue with it. I just like the show. Also, like, one of my favorite movies in, like, last 5 or 6 years is Alita, the Battle Angel. I really hope they do a sequel to that. I think that was a fucking awesome movie. Yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of like a very big problem because they're far more concerned with, you know, who they cast and how they look and who they fuck and stuff like that than actually telling a good story. I think if you have the ability, I think you can do both, and I think people at large will kind of, like, you know, still enjoy whatever you're making. Sure, there will be some people who's going to say, I can't watch it or whatever. But, you know, MCU would not be in the shape it is right now if they actually had good movies. Not naturally developed, like you can tell writers are focused on that element. Yeah, exactly. And then obviously all sorts of, like, random comments and remarks in the show just make it cringe as well. Like, great examples of, like, very natural and good diversity where it makes sense and it actually enhances the series is, for instance, Game of Thrones. Because all of the different castings there made sense. People that come from warmer countries look different than the people who are in the north. People in, you know, coming from different countries altogether, you know. It made sense with the world geography and, you know, it actually helped the storytelling. Because it was easier to recognize the people. Even if you saw somebody for the first time, you kind of knew where they're from or something. You know what I mean? As it should be. Or even in the case of House of Dragon, because they, you know, race swapped the Valerian family. Like, you know, they were not meant to be dark-skinned, but they were. But in that story, it actually helped because of the whole affair thing. And it helped, you know, to make sense why everybody realized that the kids were not his and why she was cheating. Because, you know, she's married to a dark-skinned guy and all the kids are white as snow. So, you know, something's up. So, yeah, they didn't make a spectacle of it. And then later on, again, as I said, it actually, you know, in my opinion, kind of helped and made sense. And it was, like, there. And even in MCU, like, they did a decent job initially with it. You know, they gender swapped the ancient one, Tilda Swinton. I think that's perfectly fine. They never really made a big deal out of it either. And, you know, I think she did a fantastic job with her role. Similar to... and yeah, it wasn't like, you know, some in the name of messaging. I think she was just, like, you know, very, very, very good for that part. And also, initially, like Heimdall, for instance. Heimdall obviously isn't meant to be black. But they never, you know, made anything of it. You know, Heimdall didn't start ranting about how his people were oppressed in the before times of Asgard or something. And, you know, it's fine. They did it. It happened, you know, no issue with that. So, you know, those are completely different things. And as I said, I think you can do all of that if that's what's important to you. I can openly say, like, that stuff is not particularly important to me. It's not going to make or break any show for me. I'm not more likely to watch something because it's, like, more or less diverse. I am, however, much less likely to watch something if I think that, you know, it's kind of like a forced thing and there's something more to it. That healing is disgusting. That healing was quite disgusting. Can stream on BG Start? Yeah, I will stream on the BG Start. I will stream on the BG Start. Yeah, there's a difference in showing diversity and like pushing it completely. And you know, as far as I'm concerned, that is a very unfortunate byproduct now, because let's say because of last 5 or so years, any show could have like, again, natural diversity, but I'm by default going to be much more cautious around it because of what like Disney and whatnot, you know, modern Hollywood has done. Because I have natural kind of like suspicion, like if I'm going to see like, you know, perfectly diverse poster of like some new movie, I'm going to be like, you know, some 5 years ago, I wouldn't even thought about it. Like, I wouldn't, yeah, paid it much attention. Now, if anything, seeing that, you know, makes me much more skeptical and on guard because of how much they have pushed that crap everywhere. I remember you mainly didn't use willpower for Necropolis. Was that because Aegon Struck's debuffs? Yeah, exactly. It's because Aegon Struck's debuffs, and Shuri doesn't really need it in most fights either. So even when I was swapping masteries, I didn't need to put it back on for most of the parts. Right? And yeah, and then if I don't put on willpower, I have extra like 12 points or so that I can put on like enhanced fury or glass cannon or greater strength that actually help me. Because willpower and Aegon's pretty much completely useless. They are making Elite 2 just taking a while with the strikes going on. Ooh, that's good to know. And definitely look forward to that. Like if I can, that is a movie I'd want to go to see to the cinema. I really love the first one. The first Elite was like one of my favorite movies of the last 10 years. I'll try to make a path guide today, if not latest tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow afternoon, but I hope I'll make a path guide out today. How to do Airwalker with Aegon, just keep knocking him down as much as you can. That's about it. Are y'all aware of Scream Siren situation? What's Scream Siren? No, I'm not. What's the Scream Siren situation? Yeah, Reacher. I liked Reacher Season 1. Looking forward to Reacher Season 2. It's coming out in like December, right? 5th of December, something like that. When is it coming out? I think it was December when it was announced. Pity the fall of MCU started. The end of Endgame. Yeah, I agree. I think MCU peaked at Infinity War. I think Infinity War is better than Endgame, but definitely straight after Endgame or at the very end of Endgame. The very end of Endgame, some of the latter battle scenes and stuff like that, you know, in the hindsight was definitely kind of like signaling trouble. And virtually every new project after Endgame pretty much was shit or mediocre at best. You know, after Endgame, Marvel, there's Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which, you know, really is James Gunn's kind of little, you know, project. So that's not, I don't think they could kind of like interfere too much there. And we have Spider-Man, which is co-production with Sony. Those are two movies that are like genuinely enjoyable. And everything else is like mediocre at best to completely awful. Since Chels is getting his buff next month, do you think it's worth rank up? Maybe. I mean, like, I don't jump to conclusions. I'm gonna get his buff, I'm gonna test it out. We're gonna see if they don't nerf his buff again, just like they do with Sandman. Oh, and, you know, then we're gonna figure it out. Sandman's buff is meant to be significantly more powerful. Yeah, that's the thing. I wasn't, like, that big a fan of Endgame. Like, I don't really want to rewatch Endgame, for instance. I love rewatching Infinity War sometimes, but I don't want to rewatch Endgame. Endgame is fine, but it was not as good as Infinity. When I came out of Infinity War, that was like the only time I can remember myself having literal goosebumps coming out of a movie. Like all the hair on my arms like had stood up. Man, I loved it so much. I will admit that I teared up in Endgame several times though. Endgame was like more sad type of a movie, I think. And yeah, I genuinely at that point teared up like 3 or 4 times. Now something like that is like unimaginable for any Marvel movie. So you've been getting the shot from revive farms, the 10 rounds yesterday with no revives. Oof, that sounds rough, man. Sorry to hear. That sounds like a bad time. Lead actress of Scream 5 and 6 was fine because she expressed her pro-Palestinian views and talking about genocide on social media. Was fired from the role. I mean, makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Of course she did. Infinity War is definitely better than you. If he's out of blocks, stays as... Yeah, it does seem like he's gonna be quite a decent defender. Yeah, that's what I pretty much do. I can tell you which quests I primarily use my revive farming. Oh, 1 second. I can tell you. Not secret. Tell you. They're definitely doing something with revives? Yeah, probably. I want you to spend them units on them revives. Whee! I used 4.33, 4.44, 5.36, 5.44, 5.46, and 4.45. Those are the quests that I revive funded. I teared up when Modok randomly decided to be the good. Really? Did you? Did you? I don't believe you. But as long as you're talking about that movie, just don't be a dick. Man, I swear to God, like, I hated Cassie so much in that movie. Like, how can they expect people to like that character? Pretty much has no respect for her father. She, you know, is another one of the, you know, girl random genius, you know, whatever not. She's like, she knows it all. She speaks to everybody as if she has much more life experience, and it's like, she's just such a shit human being, and she's quote unquote a hero. Oh, fuck me. She's like the epitome, the definition of like a spoiled child. You know. Walker better than Zima area. Kate and Valkyrie. Oh yeah. Kate and Valkyrie are well better champions than Zima. Zima is still pretty garbage. Like, everywhere else aside from Necropolis, Zima is gonna go back to being relatively garbage. Immediately. And you know, it's not like we are all hailing Aegon as like the best skill champion because he can do Everest content. Because Everest content's just not that important anymore. Thinking about this team, Necro, any thoughts on the vice versa about Aegon's fantastic Angel, Heimdall, and Wiccan? I think you're fine with that. Wait, what do you need Mr. Fantastic for? Yeah, what do you need Mr. Fantastic for? Oh, you want the whole buff thingy? I mean, yeah, I think it can work. If you don't have Shuri, just brute force with Aegon. You do have that. Yeah, I think that's fine. Zemo is not anywhere near as good of a defender as people think he is. And like, in these science metas or something like that, fair enough, he's like, you know, kind of decent. But in a generic meta, Zemo is shit on defense. Yeah, I just remembered that Synergy, I realized. So, yeah, no, it makes sense. What's up, another black man? So yeah, I think it's fine. Wasn't worth bringing for Necro on my first run. Didn't use him a lot. I mean, if you have him like at 6-star rank 5 ascended, it kind of depends whether you have good answers for like the Cosmic Champs, because he can be very decent for, like, if you're gonna plan on, you know, smashing Aegon and like Airwalker and Vision Arcus and whatnot, then bring in Abs. He's gonna do better, because Abs can also solo Nova. Abs can do Cap Sam very, very well, and a few other fights. So, you know, depends on the size of champions and what your plan is, but yeah, it can be worth it. What's a new BG meta? I'm not a fan of these metas. I just don't like the existence of attacker nodes. Really don't. When Captain Britain is there, a way to figure out when she triggers reverse controls. Yeah, Captain Britain triggers reverse controls whenever she activates a special attack and you have a debuff on you. That's it. If you don't have any debuffs on you, you're not going to trigger reverse controls. It's basically when debuffs get purified on you, and she purifies all debuffs on you when she activates special attack. Something like that. So is it rank 2? Yeah, no, I'd use Chavez then. I'd bring in Chavez over him then. Kate and Trank. Yeah, Kate can do that fight with Trank. Shuri can do that fight very well. Yeah, BG comes out in 1 hour and 18 minutes from now. Endwalker is not that bad with Aegon. I mean, it's not great, but... yeah. I mean, Zemo is objectively better defender than Kate and Valkyrie, but Zemo is not like a top-end defender in vast majority of the search. Like, you know, it's kind of the same thing as like, you know, Mr. Sinister can be insane defender and like crit me with your best shot meta, but in general, you know, he has some defensive abilities, but you don't have a problem killing him. Field 13 score? Yeah, I mean, like, it is going to be interesting to see how these... Well, I mean, at the moment, we don't have too many Valiant players, though. But in general, it will be just very interesting to see how these Valiant early access bundles affect the arenas. Right? I'm planning on taking me some fantastic path with Professor X, Shuri, and Gamora and Kate. 1 second. Sorry, I'm... and... arenas incoming? They better be. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this. That's fine. I'm at 123 million. I'm still gonna get like a few million in before I finish up. Still power boost to 100% power stack and special ray gun. No, it's not gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. Overseer Awakening 3. What are Overseer benefits? You can read, can't you? He gets extra damage, basically. The 7 stars are incoming. I'll probably drop back down to 1 to 5%. I mean, we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, where's that question that I wanted to answer? I'm taking the Mr. Fantastic path with Professor X, Shuri, Gamora, Kate, and Nick Fury. Is that looking? I would bring in Chavez instead of Mr. Nick Fury. What do you plan doing, Nick Fury? Just 20% attack boost? I don't think you really need it, because virtually all of your champions have attack modifiers in them. Like Professor X doesn't give a shit about 20% attack boost. Like, okay, it's gonna be decent for Shuri. Gamora is not gonna give a shit about it. And for Kate and any and all fights that you're gonna use Kate for, Chavez's synergy is more useful because you get extra stack of your arrow effects. And then you can also use Chavez for like Airwalker and whatnot if you want. So that's what I think. Wait. What do you plan on using Professor X for? Because I don't think Professor X is reverse control. Is he reverse control, I mean? I don't remember. Where's the brain bucket head? You mean reverse controls? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, reverse X fine. Yep. Now we're good. Anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break. I may or may not record a quick video, but BGs are back, guys. BGs are back. So I will be back streaming in like 1 hour and 15 minutes or so. Do not miss that. But still, meanwhile, huge, massive, mega, giant thank you to Scott for being the juggernaut of the stream. Do appreciate it a lot. And yeah, you guys are awesome. And also huge thank you to Gaming Fan. Thank you too, man. It is real better than I got. Yeah, I do remember it. That's also that was a very big part of the reason why I immediately disliked Strife. Because I knew he ain't gonna be shit and he was so hyped. Strife has been like top 10 most overhyped champion in MCOC. For sure. And I automatically tend to dislike champs like that. When they don't live up, you know. Anyways, I'll leave it there. Why is Egan still taking damage back? Because you can maximum reduce ability accuracy up to 50%. He will not take damage back against science champions. He will take damage back 50% of the time against other champions. That is why. Anyways, bye-bye. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the